The original Devil Wears Prada is literally one of the most iconic movies ever made. I was nervous when I heard that there would be a sequel for this, but knowing that the entire cast came back for it made me hopeful. I watched this a couple days ago before I read any reviews, and I personally enjoyed it. Is it as great or iconic as the first one? Obviously not. It was never going to be. But I was just hoping that I would have a good time, and I did. I enjoyed seeing the cast again. It was fun and colorful, which is painfully lacking in the current cinema landscape. Absolutely no one aged in the last 20 years, and I am still very confused about that. But yeah, it was cute. The messaging around the current state of journalism and content was interesting to see. Not that they did much with it, but it is relevant, I guess. The fashion was good. Again, not as iconic as the original, but good. It was funny, but the original just had so many iconic dialogues that it's actually impossible to pick which one is the best. This obviously was never going to compare to the original, so all I was really expecting from this was that it would be a fun homage to the original, and it was. There was a lot of throwback moments that if you had rewatched the original recently like me, then you just feel a little bit happier watching and remembering all the original scenes. I think the biggest criticism here is that this is just a little too obviously a cash grab. The original movie had this meaningful story that was told about a coming-of-age character in the workplace. The messaging, the fashion, Miranda's coldness, Emily's banter, everything was tied together perfectly that served the arc that Andy goes through. This movie, on the other hand, was just an homage to that original story. It's obvious that the writers had not one clue about what they actually wanted to do with the sequel. They just brought everyone back, threw like 10 different plot lines into the mix, and tied a bow on it. The plot just lacked direction. But honestly, I'm not mad. While it would have been great to see another meaningful story, I expected to just see my favorite characters on screen and have a good time, and that's exactly what I got. I can understand why everyone is upset about the sequel and the lack of cohesiveness, but I don't know. I just wasn't expecting anything other than just to have a good time, so I was fine. I laughed. I teared up when Stanley Tucci called Andy Forever My Girl, and I just had fun seeing this on screen. I will say a tiny critique I had was this whole fallout that Emily and Miranda have. It just felt a little bit out of place and forced and not fleshed out at all. It could have been interesting to see, but it just felt like more plot fluff that they wanted to add in without actually doing anything with it. But other than that, it was fine. As a cash grab sequel, it did what it came to do, and that's fine. I probably won't remember or rewatch this, but I'm just happy that it didn't ruin the original. As a standalone movie, this is like a 6 out of 10. But as a sequel to the iconic movie that is Devil Wears Prada, it's more like an 8 out of 10. It's fun. The actors performed well. Meryl, Emily, Stanley, and Anne are just delightful to watch, as always, and I had a good time. Is it great? No. But if you like the original and just want to see where the characters end up in 20 years, then it's a decent enough sequel that is fun enough to watch. But yeah, that's it for me. Did you watch Devil Wears Prada? If so, what did you think? Does anyone else think that they should have called it The Devil Wears More Prada? No? Okay, that's I'm done. Bye.